Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today it's Lili Marlene's repotting and root pruning. But before I go on with that, there's a young gentleman out there named Mark Sanders from Bonsai Gardens with Mark Sanders. Now he's got a bad case of cancer, and he's going to go through a lot of treatment. So he's just started his video so he can keep his mind off of things. And Mark, we're all out here in the bonsai world rooting for you, and I know you're going to lick this cancer, and I know you're going to come out 100%. There's a lot of people that fight it and win, and I know you're a fighter, and I know you're going to win it. So everybody, let's stick with Mark Sanders, and if you can give him a little tune in and wish him well on his site, that'd be great for him to give him a good morale booster. So, Mark, we're going to do this video in your honor. So right now I got Lili over here. I had to do a lot of the soil outside because I would have never fit it all on one video. So I'm going to take out Lili, and she's really heavy, and you can see the congested root system that she has here. This one's tagging all the way around. Now you're going to say, how come you're not going to use your brand new shears? Well, those are for above ground. I got my shears for below ground. I sterilized them all before starting. And let me move this over so you can see the potting mix. There we go. So right now I'm going to take this one giant root off. Let's see if you can see it right here. One big giant root right here. Take that off. Now, there's some roots here that are not doing anything. They're just out there. So we're going to clip them off the best we can. Let me see if I can get my other pruners here. Let me just dip and clip it so I can clip it. So we're going to take this and just prune right there. Cut it off real nice and short. And right there, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the peroxide really taking out the bacteria there, really bubbling away. There's another root here. There's a root entwined into here. Right here. So we're going to try to take that curved root out. If I can see it, we're going to try to get to as close as the trunk as we can. And this one's a real toughie to get. There we go. Take that out. Pull the weed out. Now this root is busted here, so we're going to take that off. Clip it here. This root is coming up, so I'm going to take these and cut it here. Get that off. Cut these that are growing up and out. Now here's a tangle foot right there. So we're going to take our loppers here, our pruning shears, and give it a good cut. Right there. And we're going to take this big girdling root over here out of the way. Let's see if I can get in there and cut it. Now for this thing, for Lili to heal, sorry Lili, I called you a thing. We got to give her some good beneficial bacteria. And this one's growing down right here, so we got to get a nice, try to establish a nice radial root base. She is really congested here. There's one coming straight down here. Get all these downward cutting roots. All these roots, will just cut all these downward ones out of the way. And let's see if I can take more of the soil out. That's what I mean. It's a Herculean task to get all this soil out of here. Gotta really push and get it out. I went through 3 buckets of water just to try to get most of the soil out, just so we can work on the roots. And Lily, you're a toughie today. You're not giving us a chance to see your root base here. Let me dump this out of the way. Let me get my bigger root rake. That's why I had to do most of this outside, because there's so much soil into her roots that it was a tough job getting these roots raked out. Just like that. Get most of the soil out so we can see what we're doing here. Well, I thought these were roots, but these are weeds. Well, that's good. We got rid of that. You can see the thick root base here and over here. So this is going to be a real job trying to untangle this. Now, if Nigel Saunders was here, right in the face with the soil, he'd know what to do, because he's the master of all roots. But you and I are not total professionals, but we're there. I mean, we do this. I've been doing this all my life, working with plants and working on bonsais, so we do what we can to get everything going here. Sorry for the noise, but let's get this all out the best we can. We'll go into the bucket now. Let's see if we can clean out more of the roots. There we go. Now this root's not doing much here. There's very few feeder roots on there. So I'm going to take this one off at the base here. And this one's not doing nothing, it's just in midair. So I'm going to take it off right there. Now this one's starting to form a radial root base, but these are all thick and welded together. But let's do our best. I'll try to get this. See, this one's, I want this radial root base to flow out, so I'm going to have to be ruthless with her and cut this right off here. There we go. And this one's starting to develop into nice radial root base here. Let's get this one out of the way. Now this one's just straight down, so let's get rid of that one. There we go. Okay, this one's coming straight down. And it's curving out that way, so we don't want that. So let's get rid of that one, because we still got a nice thick root base there. Now you can see this one is coming straight down, so we have to cut that one out. So let's see if we can get in there. Cut that out. This one's like a girdling root. So let's just cut it back a little bit more. Okay, sorry for the mess, but if you're going to do bonsai, well, you got to work with what you can. Okay, so let's really get this out. There we go. So we're limited on time. So if the camera goes out on me, the tablet, well, I'll show you most of it, what I can do. Okay. Now this is a real fat root. I'm not going to carve it. This one is starting to girdle around. So I have to take it off at the top. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sorry, Lily. And this one's high up in the saddle, so to say. So let's get that off. Let's get these off. There. Now we're not going to do a lot more because it's winter time and I want Lily to recover. But we are still going to get most of these roots out that we can. Rake them out so she can develop. And she's got one good side here to her. Now this one's growing crooked. Right here it's coming this way and out. That's good, but the other part's going this way, so we're going to get rid of that one. And just work our way slowly. This one's going up, so we want that one out. We want everything facing down. This one's starting to hook. I don't know if you can see it. Right about there. So what we're going to do to that one, we're going to cut it so it goes at a radial root base there. There we go. Let's get a little bit more. Get this one out. This. Okay, this one's going at a trying to wrap around. So okay, we got to get a lot of this out of here. She's got a real ball of a root here, but I'm not going to do that until I get her established over the winter months. There we go. Get our chopstick in there and rake most of the stuff out so we can see where we're at. Okay, Lily, we're almost done with you. So it's just almost like being in a dentist office. You can hear her moaning and groaning. But Lily, we're almost done. Now, I gotta leave some roots on. But this one, like this, should be pretty good. Let's see where we're at. Now, if I bury it to here, I'll still have a radial root base this way. This one's gonna develop this way, this one this way. Now this one's going crooked and we can't have that. So I'm going to cut it right here, hopefully. She'll grow a nice radial root base out that way. And this one's going straight down with a nice root coming out this way, so we're just going to give it a good cut. There we go. Just like that. Remember, don't be afraid. She's a tough gal, and I know Lily will pull through on all this. And the main thing is you just got to be patient with your trees. So I think that's all we're going to do to her today. I don't have the tools to carve this thick trunk here, but see how it's going straight down? So if I can get some of the soil out, there we go. I think we can just cut her here, so hopefully she'll develop a radial root base out with this one, and cut this one back a little bit more. Let's see if I can cut it. There we go. There. Yep. Should have worn my safety glasses. Soil in the eyeball. Okay, so this one right here, and I think that's all I can do with it right now. Lily, I'm going to have to cut you back a little bit here, a little bit here, so we can get you into the pot better. So we'll see how you do. And you see with the Type-On wood glue, you can see how clear it dried. So now let's get our free draining mix out and our pot. I had to drill some holes in here. So I can get some good drainage out of it. So Lily, you're going to sit in the water for a time being, so I can get some of the soil in here. So I'll take my little one and hold it over the drainage hole or the screens. And I just cut the individual screens for the individual holes. Put another one there. And this one I'll put here. On the other one, put this one down so I can get the soil on it. There we go. And hopefully a half a bucket will do Lily justice. And this is the soil, how it looks. With all our mixing. There we go. There. Just like that. Take my spray bottle. Put the bottom real good. This way here, Lily will know that there's something down there that's wet. Now, I'll wipe my hands real good. The gloves. I'm wearing gloves because this cold weather dries my hands out like you wouldn't believe. So let's get our azus out and our mikus out of our bag. Okay, Lily, let's see how you're going to look. Right about there. And she's pretty good in the pot like that. Now this is a round pot, so you don't have to worry about the front or the back right now. Right now we want Lily to grow. Right now I'm going to take the azus. I'm going to have to get a different container and just well, let's see if we can get this out a little more. I should have cut the hole a little bit larger. There we go. There, because we want to get that azus onto the root system so it can help Lily out of the stress of being cut today. And we're going to take our mikus and do the same all over her roots. Just go in there. And remember, This is a beneficial bacteria. It is not a fertilizer. I'm going to have to figure a way later on to cut this thick root. But right now, let's get some radial roots developed on here and get Lili potted for the winter time. There we go. Let me put that there. We'll put our beneficial bacteria into the bag so we don't contaminate it and get it wet. Or let the sun go on it to get it all goofed up. Now, Tom, let's hope we got enough soil here to get her in. Otherwise, I'm going to have to mix some. So, I have to take this bucket right here. Let's see if I can get it on top of this one. Whoop. And we'll try it like this. And we got to get all it in there. There we go. You got to just fire it in. Nope, too heavy. I'll just have to keep using a cup to put it in there. There we go. I know it looks like I'm butchering the roots, but I had to do something drastic to get Lili into this pot. And then she's going to sit in the house. She's not going back outside no more. Let's see if we can get more in here. Let's give it a spin. There we go. And now, here's my root rake. Let's mush it around. I'm going to have to figure out what kind of a tool I can use. I know Nigel Saunders uses wood carving tools. I don't have none of that. But maybe I can use a grinder or something later on. But right now we want Lili to grow. We're not going to worry about nothing else. Get this into her root system real good. There, just like that. Get it in there. Fire it in. Fire it in. There. Have to really get it into the root system. So we're going to be fingers crossed on Lili to grow. I'm going to have to mix a little bit more soil. I thought a half a bucket would fit in here nice, but I guess not. There we go. Just fire it in. Just like that. Get all those air pockets out there. So I'm going to mix some more soil. Sorry I didn't have enough to finish the repotting, but I'll put it in till just a little bit below the pot, and then it should come up to about here for Lili. And then with all the beneficial bacteria in there to get her out of stress, she should be all right. So right now I'll give her a little bit of water here. There we go. And that's our little Lili. So I'm going to get some more soil, put it in, and I'll give it a good watering by the sewer in the basement so the water runs out free and clear. And that should be good. So, I know it's Monday night, but I'm going to have a cup of tea in Mark's honor. Hey, Mark, I'm 7 years without cancer. I changed it all through diet. So if I can do it, you can do it, Mark. So you take care, and we're going to be rooting here for you. And our Bonsai family is going to all be rooting for you so you can be all right. So you take care, everybody. And give Mark a little shout and wish him well so he gets through this tough bout that he's in, and I know he'll make it. I know he'll make it. So you take care, everybody, and thank you for coming to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Mark, I'm going to have a nice hot cup of tea in your honor, a nice green tea because it's healthier. And sit back and relax to some old-time radio music and go from there. But right now I got to get more soil for Lily. So you take care, everybody, and give Mark a little words of encouragement. So you take care, everyone, and have a nice night. From Tom Novak for Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors.